Hey guys, this is Luis and Evan with Team X 3 Drop. We have another deck profile. This time we are doing trains. Going second OTK trains. You want to go ahead and get started, Evan?
Yeah. All right. So for the most part, it's pretty standard. You got 3 Night Express Knight. I've seen some builds that play 2. I just like having it there for the extra, potential normal summon.
And what does he do?
You can normal summon him without tributing. His attack and defense becomes 0, or his attack becomes 0. But either way, you just want it for the ring 10 plays. And then we've got 3 of the Flying Pegasus. This is probably your best normal summon of the deck most of the time. He brings back a monster from the grave, one of the machines, and then he can also copy their level and become level 10. So another way for an easy rank 10 play. Then there's 3 of the Bullet Train. If all the monsters that you control are Earth machines, you can special summon them from your hand. That's the first effect. I mean, that's pretty much the only one you'll ever use. His other one, it comes up occasionally. He can attack, but you have to send 2 cards that you control to the graveyard. So pretty situational, but just an extender to get into ring 10s.
All right.
And then probably my favorite card of the deck is Derek Crane. So when you normally special summon an Earth Machine, you can special summon him from your hand. And if he's detached as a material, you can target a card on the field and pop it. So if you're ever going first, you really want to have this guy under whatever you decide to make, which is, well, we'll get into that later. But yeah, probably my favorite card of the deck. And then I've got 1 rail car for the last train. At the end phase, he can search out, I believe it's any level 10 Earth machine. So he's not bad overall, just like a Scarm for trains pretty much.
Another normal summon?
Yeah, it doesn't really come up that much, like ever really. Then we've got a couple Shaddolls. We've got Dragon and Beast. Obviously, I play the Shaddoll engine in here, and I really think this is all you need. I used to play Hedgehog with it, and I ended up cutting it. It didn't really come in handy, and then on top of that, with Thunder Dragons being pretty big, it just was kind of dead. So 2 Shaddolls. We've got double Veiler, double Ash. I just went with 2 and 2 because honestly, I feel like I don't really rely on stopping my opponents that much. I want them to make boards just so I can run over it. See, then that's it for the monsters. For spells, 3 Shaddoll Fusion. Pretty self-explanatory. For those that don't know, Shekinaga is an Earth machine, so that can trigger either Derek Crane or you can use the Bullet Train, for rank 10.
And what level is Shekinaga?
Level 10.
So
Interesting.
sweet.
Yeah, it's solid overall. For a while, I was actually playing Winda in the extra deck just in case I hard drew both of the Shaddolls and I went first, but ended up cutting it. Didn't really come up very often. So yeah, just to make Shekinaga.
And for everyone out there, do Shaddolls trigger off of Twin Twister?
No, they don't.
All right.
Sorry, Devin. And then we've got a triple Urgent Schedule.
Best card in the deck?
Yeah, if you resolve this, I can't imagine you ever losing a game. So if your opponent controls more monsters than you can special summon 2 machines from the deck. One of them is level 4 or lower, and one of them is level 5 or higher. So I'm trying to imagine or think of one time that I resolved this and lost, and I can't think of one. It's a really, really strong card. I mean, it's pretty much the main reason that the deck is, really anything right now. Then we've got 3 Switchyard. So 2 effects. The first one, you discard a card and you can add a level 10 Earth Machine from your deck to your hand. And the second effect, when you normally special an Earth Machine, you can special summon level 4 from your deck with 1800 more attack, and it becomes level 10. Drawback to that second one is that your opponent doesn't take any battle damage for the rest of the turn.
So it's kind of like a hanger.
Yeah, in a way. You use the second effect when your opponent makes you go first. The battle damage obviously is irrelevant at that point. But yeah, overall, pretty solid card. And I play 3 Desires. Pretty self-explanatory. Desires. I really like the card in the deck. I was playing 2 for a while, and I just think it's one of those things. I want to increase my chances of seeing it, and it's an OTK deck, so I'm just going to push as hard as I can for damage. And if I can't game you, well, then I guess I lose. So this just kind of gets me there most of the time. And then I play 3 Twin Twisters. Just, whether you're playing, Striker, Orcus, anything that has Mystic Mine, you just want to try to clear out as much back row as you can. And this is a good way of doing it. And let's see. Then we've got 2 Call by the Grave. I was playing 3, and then I cut it down to 2 just because I felt like I was seeing it a little too often.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it makes sense or not, just I tried out 2, and I've been playing it for a while at 2, and it seems to work for me.
Well, it's fine because you're going second anyway.
Yeah. And then 1 Monster Reborn, with all the level 10s and even the rank 10s that you'll have in Grave. I mean, you've got a lot of options with what you can do with this. And then the only traps I play, triple Red Reboot. So I just put this into the deck a couple weeks ago, and I've really, really enjoyed it since I put it in there. I mean, I feel like every time I resolve this, I win. It just, pretty much blows your opponent out, kind of freezes them from doing anything, and you're going to be pushing for a lot of damage anyway. So it's usually a game when you resolve it.
Yeah.
So then for the extra deck, let's see, the only rank 4 I play is Dweller. Never really comes up. It's come up like once or twice, but every now and then you'll get stuck with 2 level 4s, and you don't really know what else to do. So you just kind of make it. And overall, I think it's a good rank 4.
Yeah, definitely the best XYZ in the game right now.
Best, I guess. And then we've got a lot of rank 10s. We've got Sky Palace.
What does that one do?
So this guy, you detach a material, you target a card on the field, and you pop it. And if you do, you inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So pretty good. I'm also playing 1 Dyson Sphere. I really like this card. It takes 3 level 10s to make it, but basically when he attacks something, he sucks it up and attaches it as material. So I'm playing this because it's pretty much the only out to Abramax that this deck has. I played it a few times early on when I made this deck, and I couldn't get over Abramax. And I started looking into it, and I don't remember who it was. I saw somebody that was playing this, and it was a really good idea, so I went ahead and took it. It's worked out well.
An extra deck is not a problem, right? Space, so... Yeah.
No. And then we've got 2 Super Doors. This is a guy that I'll make if my opponent makes me go first. You detach a material, target a face-up monster on the field, and for the rest of the turn, it's unaffected by effects other than its own. So you just make him in defense. At one point, you'll activate his effect, target himself. He's unaffected by everything. 4,000 defense, so they pretty much have to attack over it.
And what happens if you detach the train?
So you detach Derek Crane, and you basically get to protect him, and you get to pop something with Derek Crane. So it's protection and disruption. It's really good.
That's really good. Yep.
Then we've got 2 Gustav Max. Part of the OTK right here, you just, before you go into the big guy, you make him and then use effect detach and burn for 2,000. So this card, really good, it gets you there. And then probably the best XYZ in the game, or not in the game, but in the deck. We've got Juggernaut League. And so basically you make any of the other machine XYZs and you activate their effects. And then when you're done with that, you overlay him. Materials stay. And so with him, you can detach a material. He gains 2,000 attack and defense. And for the rest of the turn, only he can attack. So that's the drawback. But for every material that you have under him, you can make that many attacks +1 on monsters. So if your opponent has a couple monsters, you just get to swing away for 6k. Comes in handy. I mean, it's pretty much how you push your game. You make Gustav Max, then you make him, and you're just attacking 2 or 3 times for 4 to 6k.
GG, bro.
That's it. And sometimes you'll get lucky. You'll play against an Orcus player, and you'll have this, and they'll have the Galate pointing at him, and Link Monster can't be destroyed battle, and so you just keep pushing.
Oof.
Yeah, and then see what we've got for the rest. We've got a couple link monsters. We've got Pentastag. The monster you control he points to does piercing. So if they put stuff in defense, they get smart about it. I mean, just make this guy, and then you're going to be doing 6,000 piercing multiple times. So good card.
Seems good.
Yeah. You got Clayford Genius. So he can negate a monster or a card on both sides of the field. Mostly I make him for the link pointers or for the link markers. Every now and then you'll get his last effect, which I believe it searches for machine when you special summon 2 or more to zones he points to at a time. So that can work out with urgent schedule. But for the most part, it's just the link markers. Another good generic link too. And then the rest of the extra deck, I've got 2 Shekinaga. Just pretty standard. And then a couple of Super Poly targets that I've got in the side deck, or for Super Poly on the side. Starting Venom and Violet Chimera. This doesn't really come up very often, to be honest. But,
It's an option.
It's just an option, yeah. And, well, that's pretty much it. I go over the side deck, but, I mean, that's going to vary from locals to locals. So
Yeah.
I just kind of go over, I base mine off of what I see at locals.
And do you have any 2-card combo, 1-card combo that you want to show us on how the deck works?
Not really. I'd rather not.
Want to keep it a secret?
It's a pretty self-explanatory deck, to be honest. I mean, part of it will depend on the board that you're looking at, but for the most part, you want to resolve that, and it's like if you have any combination of these guys. This one's mostly if you have one engraved, you just bring it back and you're just going to push for a lot of damage. But yeah, it's pretty standard. I mean, all these cards together, they push for a lot of damage, and there are a lot of different combinations to what you can do. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thank you for the profile, Evan. This is Team X3 Drop. Please share, subscribe, let us know if we need to improve on anything. Thank you. See you on the next one.
All right.